so it's been a minute. Sorry, I need to check my phone real quick. It's been a minute since I've talked to you guys. Well, not now, but it's been a minute since we like really talked. Like talked about stuff that you guys like to talk about, like weight loss and stuff like that. So if you see me looking down, it's because I have papers so that I don't get off topic. But I said I was going to do a video showing you guys or telling you guys what weight loss surgeries are available to me, being that I've already had gastric sleeve. So there are only 2 that I can do, and so I guess I'll explain both the surgeries, and then I'll tell you why I'm like straddling the fence on what I should do and what I shouldn't do. So the first one is the most common one. It's the gastric bypass. I'll insert a picture of what that looks like right now. And you know, with the gastric bypass, they take a portion of your stomach and connect it to your large, so it refers to a surgical procedure in which the stomach is divided into a small upper pouch and a much larger lower remnant pouch. And then the small intestines is rearranged to connect to both. I didn't know that. So that's what that one is, right? Now, I didn't want the gastric bypass previously, before I even got the sleeve, just because I heard that the gastric bypass came with so many restrictions and so many complications. And when I was going through the process of getting my insurance to approve me for the gastric sleeve, they required me to go to a support group. And in the support group, there was, out of like 30 students that were, or 30 students, people that were there were probably like 18 of those people were gastric bypass reconstructions, meaning they were being switched over to gastric sleeve, or trying to get the insurance to approve them to be switched over to gastric sleeve. So that kind of was like red flags, you know? So I didn't want to get it. I was like, no, I'm not ever getting that. So that's kind of still where I stand on the gastric bypass surgery. I don't want it. I didn't want it. I don't really want anything that messes with my intestines, which kind of leads me into the second surgery that I qualify for. Hold on 1 minute, guys. So that leads me into surgery number 2, which is not a, if you see me look to the left, I'm looking at the screen to make sure I'm in focus, which is not it's not an old procedure. Like, it's not as old as gastric bypass or gastric sleeve. It's a relatively new procedure. So that was red flag number 1, is the procedure is kind of new. And it's called the Duodenal Switch. Or, sorry, I dropped some stuff. Anyways, it's called the Duodenal Switch. And this procedure, also known as the biliopancreatic diversion or gastric reduction duodenal switch, is a weight loss procedure that is composed of a restrictive and a malabsorptive aspect. It says the restrictive portion of the surgery involves removing approximately 70% of the stomach, along with the greater curvature and most of the duodenum. Then it says the malabsorptive portion of the surgery reroutes a lengthy portion. When I went to the newer meeting here on Fort Stewart, he told me they reroute 16 feet of your intestines. And I was like, whoa, no, never. No, that's a lot. And so it says they reroutes a lengthy portion of the small intestines, creating 2 separate pathways and 1 common channel. The shorter of the 2 pathways, the digestive loop, takes food from the stomach to the common channel. The much longer pathway, the biliopancreatic loop, carries bile from the liver to the common channel. That's just too much. Like, this is too much. And then I guess like my biggest part was the risk. I'll tell you guys some of the risk. I'm sorry that I'm reading, but this is the stuff that I read that was like, I ain't about to, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know where I stand. I don't know, you know, if I'm okay with this. Like, so I'm just giving you the information that I found myself. All surgical procedures involve a degree of risk. We all know that. Like, we're not special. We all know that. We know that nothing you have done, even a routine visit to the dentist or a shot or a vaccination for that chance, like everything comes with a risk, period. Anytime you're doing something to your body, it comes with a risk. We all know that. But they're trying to say that the risk of having this surgery do not weigh against the risk of living a life of obesity. So it says some of the surgical risk or complications for this procedure are perforation involving small bowel, duodenum, or stomach, causing a leak, infection, abscess, deep vein thrombosis, which is a blood clot, and pulmonary emboli, which is a blood clot that travels to your lungs. Those two, the deep vein thrombosis and the pulmonary embolism, those two are common anytime you go under any anesthetic for a long period of time, and you're laying down in a certain position. Those things are common. Those are common with any type of surgery, which is why right after surgery, they try to get you up. As soon as the anesthetics wear off, they try to get you up, moving and walking so that you can get your blood flow pumping and all that stuff again. So that's common. Longer term risks include the possibility of vitamin and mineral deficiency, hernia, and bowel obstruction. There is little information as to the longer term risk greater than 15 years, as this procedure was very rarely performed prior to year 2000. So this procedure's just probably about 18 years old, which I feel like in the medical world, that is still relatively fairly new. So it also has led in some of the patients, because you know, anytime before any medical procedure is approved, they do trials. So in some of the trials, it led to persistent malnutrition in patients. So, I mean, well, no, it said the traditional biliopancreatic diversion with duodenal switch led to persistent malnutrition in subset of patients. However, this one, the loop duodenal switch, reduces the risk because it bypasses a smaller portions of the small intestines. But there is no long-term information for the loop duodenal switch to fully and accurately compare. Malnutrition is an uncommon and preventable risk after duodenal switch. Okay, so yeah, so there that stuff goes. So this is where I'm at. Do I want to lose the weight again? Yes, most definitely, 100%. Do I want to have another child? Yes, most definitely, 100%. Can I have another child at this weight? Most definitely, 0%. One of the reasons the doctor wanted me to do the surgery is because my hypoactive thyroid disorder, coupled with my polycystic ovarian syndrome, coupled with my obesity for my height, with my high BMI, made me infertile. So no, so I can't. Well, that lotion didn't do nothing for my hands, child. So I cannot have a child this size. Do I want to be healthy so that I can live a long life and be here with my husband and my daughter and whatever future children God bless us with? Yes, 100%. So with all that being said, when I went into the first surgery, There was never any doubts in my mind. Like if I had any doubts, I would have never did it. I never had any doubts about doing it. I was just open. Like I was open to it. Like whatever, I'm here to learn, I'm here to work, I'm here to do whatever is the best for me. I'm tired of being this size. With this one, sitting in that meeting, I had like, it was like red flag, 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 red flag. Oh, that's a tongue tie. And then when I left the meeting, all I kept thinking was, do I want to die trying to be skinny? Like, and that never crossed my mind with the first surgery, with the gastric sleeve. I never thought about dying. Like, I was just like, I'm excited, you know, to get this procedure done. But with this one, my whole mind frame was, do I want to die trying to be skinny? Or do I just want to try to do it on my own? So that's where I'm at. So I'm still leaning more towards doing it on my own. I've also thought about asking my doctor about the gastric balloon, which still has its risk, but it's a lot less risky. Just to kind of aid me in getting myself, because let me tell y'all, food addiction. I have a food addiction. Like, food is comforting. I don't know why it's comforting, but it is. Food is comforting, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel satisfied. I'm sorry, guys. It makes me feel satisfied when I eat it. It makes me feel gratified. Like, and it's overeating is a disorder, and I have a overeating. I have an overeating disorder. So I thought about the gastric balloon just to kind of help me curve the amounts of food that I eat to initially jumpstart my weight loss. There is another one. It's like the Gastric Bypass Ruin XY or something like that. I'll get more information on that one. But ultimately, because I've already had the gastric sleeve, no matter what I want to do, I'm going to have to, my only options if I do decide to have weight loss surgery again are going to be to have my intestines messed with. And then with also with this one, because the way that they reroute your intestines, they have to remove your gallbladder too. So it's just, it's I'm so on the fence. Like, I'm so on the fence, guys. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Tell me what you think down below. Like, I just don't feel like it's worth it to do it again. And especially because I'm doubting it so much. Like I said, I did not doubt the first surgery. But I'm completely terrified. Completely terrified. But until I make up my mind, I don't know, you guys tell me down below, like, what do you think? Like, what do you think I should do? Or what do you think is the best option? Or if you've had gastric sleeve and then turned around and had it rerouted using one of these methods, talk to me. Because, like, I can read as much as I read on the internet. I can go to support groups. I'm not really seeing people that's had this switch. Like I said, I see a lot of people that went from the gastric bypass to the gastric sleeve, but I'm not really seeing this. And they don't, on Fort Hood, they separated the weight loss groups. Here they don't do that. It's just all one big group. So just like, let me know. Like, I don't know nothing. And sometimes personal testimony from other people kind of helps you make a decision. So like I said, I'm still on the fence. I'm still kind of like, either way, I could go. I don't know yet. So until then, I've decided to start another weight loss journey. And I haven't started yet. I'm reading and researching right now. So I'll do, I guess the next video, I'll show you what that diet is and the research that I ordered online to help me with that diet. Until next time, this weight loss journey is still gonna go, because like I said, We can't stop just because we're waiting to make a decision. I have to start the process myself, getting this weight off. I have to start getting this weight off. Period. So yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.